And this session is for general well-being only. If you're experiencing a clinical mental health condition, please work with a qualified professional. Welcome, I'm Claire Addis, a clinical hypnotherapist and strategic psychotherapist. And if you found your way here because your brain just won't stop, if overthinking is something you know well, that loop that keeps going even when you're exhausted, even when you know it isn't helping, you're in the right place. This hypnosis is for anxiety and overthinking, that specific kind where your mind is running a circuit it can't find the exit from, where the loop continues completing itself over and over. In this session, I'm going to walk you through two things. First, a way of understanding why that loop exists and why it's not a flaw. And second, something practical. A technique you can use again and again, anytime your mind is too busy to settle. Something for your nervous system to actually do rather than just being told to stop. This is anxiety relief that works at the level where the loop actually lives, underneath the thought, in the nervous system itself. So before we begin, just find somewhere comfortable. You can be seated or lying down, whichever feels right to you. And just have your hands resting easily beside you, making sure to have your feet supported. And if you have headphones, maybe now is a good time to put them on. And when you're ready, you can just let your eyes close. And as you settle here, you may already be aware of the weight of your body, the surface beneath you, the simple fact of being still. And as your breath moves in and out, you can find yourself beginning to settle. The way a breath just naturally deepens when the body is given room. And you may notice thoughts arriving, and that's exactly as it should be. A mind that's been working hard keeps working for a while. And as you just allow those thoughts just to simply move through, just like clouds crossing an open sky, your awareness can begin to rest on something quieter underneath. The more your body settles, the more your mind can follow. And the more your mind follows, the more that quality of ease spreads through your shoulders, maybe your jaw, the space behind your eyes. You may already be noticing how things are just beginning to shift. A small softening somewhere. A quality of quiet that was already there, waiting. And I'm wondering if you can just allow that quiet just to simply deepen at its own pace, in its own way. And as you continue breathing easily, your awareness can begin to move inwards. And with each breath, that inward focus deepens. You might become aware of the feeling of having hands, having feet, the warmth or coolness of your body, the particular quality of stillness in this moment. And the more that you rest your attention on those sensations, the deeper that sense of absorption grows. And as you just settle further inwards, the sounds around you can simply become part of the background. The way music becomes part of a room, just present and requiring nothing from you. I wonder if you can get a sense already, a growing quality of absorption, a deepening that's happening all by itself. The way sleep deepens in the early hours without any effort on your part. And there's a part of you that's curious about what comes next. And that curiosity, as you follow it inwards, carries you deeper still. Deeper now. The quality of settling. A sense of arrival. Into the part of you that already knows how to rest. And I wonder if you can already sense the difference between the part of you that thinks and the part of you that just simply watches. The observer. Quiet. Present. Here. And I want to tell you about a dog. A dog that came from somewhere difficult. And it doesn't matter what that place was, only that it was small, enclosed. A place where the walls were closed and the room to move was limited. And in that place, the dog learned something very sensible, very intelligent actually. It learned to run in circles. A tight circle sized exactly to fit within the walls. A pattern that made complete sense once, that kept it safe once. And then one day, the walls were gone. The dog was somewhere entirely new, a field, wide and open, full of grass and light and space that extended in every direction. And the dog ran in the circle. The walls had gone, but the pattern had remained, because the nervous system had learned a shape, and it just kept drawing it, long after the drawing was necessary. The loop had become the habit. The circuit had become the default. And I'm wondering if something in you recognizes that. The anxious thoughts running that familiar route. The fight, the flight, the freeze, the loop completing itself, even as part of you watches it happen. A mind circling the same territory. The same worries, the same questions, with the same urgency it learned long ago, which was necessary. And what's important to understand is this. That loop is a form of intelligence, a nervous system doing exactly what nervous systems do, running a pattern that once served a purpose, keeping you safe in the only way it knew. And that dog was brilliant. It was simply still running an old map in a new territory. And what that dog needed was simply time in the field. Enough experience of open space, of moving freely, of finding what that ground held, so that the body could begin to update what it understood to be true. Because as the nervous system accumulates experience of safety, the old pattern just begins to loosen. The circle begins to widen, and gradually the dog can discover that the field is real, that movement is available. And right now, this is your field. A space where the system can rest, where the loop can simply run itself out, where the nervous system just can begin at its own pace to accumulate something new. Now, I want to give you something else, something practical, something you can carry with you long after this session ends. There's a reason an overthinking mind is so hard to just simply switch off. A mind that's used to being busy doesn't know what to do with empty space. It fills it the way that water fills any container it's given. So rather than trying to empty the mind, there's a far easier way you can give it something to hold. One single point of focus. Small enough that that thinking mind can rest on it completely. Too occupied with that one thing to keep spinning everything else. So here's what I'd like you to do. Right now, without changing your breathing, without changing anything at all, just simply notice the exact place where your breath touches the inside of your nose. That small point right at the entrance. Cooling air arriving, warm air leaving. That's it. That one point. Nothing else required. And you might notice almost immediately that holding your attention there leaves far less room for anything else. The mind, given one small thing to hold, simply has less spare capacity left over for circling. And if a thought arrives, and it may, you don't need to push it away. You can just simply let your attention return to that point. Cool air arriving. Warm air leaving. Again and again. As many times as it takes. Each time you return your attention there, you're practicing something valuable. You're showing your nervous system that there's somewhere quiet to come back to. A fixed point, available anytime. No matter how busy your mind has been. And you may notice right now, even slightly, a sense of the volume coming down. Not because the thoughts have gone, but because your attention has somewhere else to be, somewhere small and steady, and entirely within your control. This is the anchor point, and it's yours. Available the next time your mind is moving too fast to settle. Maybe it's in a meeting, maybe it's when you're in your bed, maybe you're in a queue, I don't know, anywhere at all. One breath, one small point of focus. A place to rest your attention until the loop runs its course. And just let your attention rest there a little longer now. Simply enjoying how easy it is. And I'm wondering if your unconscious mind, which already knows far more about this than your conscious mind does, is beginning to bring these two things together. The understanding that the loop was never a flaw, only an old pattern running in a field that's wider than it knew. And the anchor, that small, steady point your attention can return to. Anytime that circling starts to speed up. And you may already be noticing, or perhaps you'll notice later, in the hours after this, quality of loosening. Something that was held beginning to release. A circuit that always completed itself, finding somewhere in the middle a place to simply rest. And the more that you return to this kind of experience, the more your nervous system accumulates something it can use. Each time you find your anchor point, the field grows a little bit more familiar. The body learns again and again what safety feels like. When you move through your day from here, you may find that something's completely different. A moment where a thought arrives, and instead of completing that loop, it simply passes through. An instant of quiet where the circuit pauses. A breath that comes a little easier, and a small point of focus you can return to whenever you need it. Your mind, your nervous system, already capable of far more than they've been showing you lately. And beginning right now to remember that. And you came here because something in you already knew there was something worth finding. And you were right, weren't you? I'm going to be quiet for now, for a little while. And as I'm quiet, your unconscious mind can continue doing what it's already doing. Settling, learning, finding the shape of the field, the steadiness of the anchor. And gently now, when you're ready, you can begin to bring yourself back, becoming aware again of the weight of your body, the temperature of the air, the sounds of wherever you are. Your system has been doing something valuable here. And as it returns, you can bring with you whatever has settled, whatever has softened, and that small, steady anchor point ready whenever you need it. And in the hours and the days ahead, you may find that what began here continues quietly in the background, in the way that real change tends to happen. But for now, bringing your awareness all the way back, alert, clear, present, wiggling your fingers, your toes, taking a full stretch, taking a full breath. And when you're ready, opening your eyes and coming back into the room yourself. Taking a moment before you move, letting yourself arrive fully. I'm Claire Addis, a clinical hypnotherapist at my Bondi Hypnotherapist in Sydney. If this is something that resonated, if you recognize that loop, that circuit your mind keeps running, I'm glad you found this. And remember that anchor point, one small place to rest your attention any time that your mind feels too busy to settle. It works anywhere, anytime, and it gets easier the more that you practice it. Hypnosis for anxiety and overthinking works best through repetition. Each time you return, your nervous system accumulates a little bit more experience of what it feels like when that circuit rests. You'll find this in the anxiety playlist, and if you want more sleep, focus, confidence, or something else, there's a free library building right here on this channel. So please subscribe so you don't miss anything. And take care of yourself. Thank you.